And the last thing, of course, is downloading approximately 15 minutes prior. Now, what's one thing that all successful people have in common? You guessed it right. They all have a solid routine. Now, studying successful people for a long time and figuring out what their habits and routines are, I've put together a pretty solid routine for myself. Let's make sure that everyone goes ahead and smashes the subscribe button for the YouTube algorithm. What I want you to do before we drop into the video is just let me know in the comments below what time you currently wake up, and if you currently wake up at the same time every day. Do it now! Plot twist! I never used to be an early riser. Totally irrelevant information, but the early riser is a set menu in a English cafe. I never used to like getting up out of bed early, which is not really surprising for pretty much anyone that watches this video. Getting out of bed early is a hard habit. I didn't do it for a while. So here are my steps to consistently wake up early. First, we need to think about how much sleep we actually need. And I've always been like that owl. I don't know why I'm holding my head. That owl. The owl. I've always been like an owl. Like, I've always been up late, up throughout the night. Always been that sort of person, and I've tried to fight it. Ultimately, what I had to do is just force myself to get up early. In the evening, I'm so tired that I need to go to sleep, right? So for me to be consistent and productive with what I'm doing within my work, right, I need at least 7 hours of sleep, like at least. But to be fair, at least 6 hours. So if I went to bed at 12 and wake up at 6, I'm still gonna function fine throughout the week. I might be tired, obviously, but that's sort of, people are going to be tired. Ultimately, what you need to do is realize how much sleep you need. If you're someone that needs 8 hours of sleep every night, then of course you need to reverse engineer your lifestyle to be able to get in 8 hours of sleep. And I probably look very tired right now because there is a ring light on my face. So that means for me, I know if I need to get up at 6 a.m. every single day, then I need to be in bed by at least 11 p.m. Like, I need to be in bed, about to fall asleep at 11 p.m. So for me to be in bed and about to fall asleep at 11 p.m, I need to be in bed, no distractions, phone off, all of that by 10:30. So how can you make sure you do that? Have a specific time that you get in bed. So for me, I have my Amazon Alexa and it goes off at 9:30 telling me to get in bed, and that basically gives me a little leeway. That gives me an hour to get into bed, and I know that I need to be in bed by 10:30 if I'm going to be waking up by 6. And of course, we are human, we are people, we are machines in a sense. I know that I'm not going to be in bed at 9:30 every single day. That just goes without saying. So I know personally, if I'm in bed by 10:30, then yeah, without a doubt, I'm getting up at 6 a.m. Number one is, of course, have a specific time that you go to bed every day. What you want to do at the end of each working day is write your to-do list for the next day. The reason I want to do this is just to mentally prepare myself for the next day. And of course, they always say, like, today started yesterday. Like, today started yesterday. So like, plan your days ahead and you're going to be so more productive throughout the day, and you're going to get the stuff that you actually need done. So me, for example, I try and narrow down my work blocks for my business to 4 hours. So what that sort of forces me to do is, like, if I'm working 4 1-hour work blocks, for example, right, and then I finish them, I try and pull myself away and I'm like, look, that's it, that's all the work I'm doing. But then it forces me to write a to-do list of all of the stuff that I need to do tomorrow, and then of course I can sort of overview what I've got on my to-do list, and of course that then goes into the whole do, delegate, automate, so on and so forth. But I try and just stick to 4 hours of my business. When I finish that work, write the to-do list for tomorrow, and then that sort of is a habit that is gonna make all of those other habits behind it like just fall into place after each individual one. So writing your to-do list the night before is definitely gonna allow you to get in bed like satisfied, because you're sort of getting in bed knowing that you're waking up with a purpose tomorrow. The next part really comes down to your phone. Yes, your phone, the thing that has endless amounts of possibilities for you. Like, you can literally earn a full-time income from this thing in your pocket, but honestly, it can be the main thing that is holding you back. If you literally pull out your phone right now and look at your screen time, I can almost guarantee that for the average person, it is probably 2 to 3 hours a day. And you just think, if you spent those 2 to 3 hours a day on something that is actually gonna bring you income, obviously if you're using your phone at this moment in time solely for income producing activities, then fair play, crack on. But most of the people will literally be on their phone doing this and literally use those devices to make money. So make sure that you're using your phone in a good way. What I like to do is literally have my phone charger over the other side of my room, so that when I go to bed, I put my phone on charge over the other side of the room. And like I said, when my Alexa goes off at 9:30, that's my time. Put my phone on charge, leave it over the other side of the room, and obviously start making my way into bed. Step 2 is invest in products and apps that are gonna help you with your evening and morning routine. 2 things that I use every single day is my Amazon Alexa and the Philips Hue lights. Number 1, my lights dim in the evening, which prepares me for sleep. And number 2, they turn on in the morning, which obviously prepares me for waking up. Not only can you control Alexa through the voice mode and call her, tell her what you wanna do, you know, turn the lights off, on, off, you know what I'm talking about. But you can also use the Amazon Alexa app and actually build routines out in there. So for example, I have a morning routine that at 6 a.m. my alarm goes off. Simultaneously, the light turns on through the Hue light, and it gradually gets brighter and brighter around that 6 a.m. mark. I have 2 triggers to wake me up, right? I have the alarm, which is obviously loud. It's obviously gonna hit my eardrums, right? But then I also have the light goes off and of course hits my eyes. So I'm being woke up from different angles. My other half literally hates staying with me because of my alarm, because she literally says it's like a bomb's going off in my... And another key thing I use with the Amazon Alexa is, I definitely don't want to forget about this, is sleep sounds. So I really used to struggle to get to sleep. Like my mind just works overtime. So the Amazon sleep sounds really helps. All you do is say, Amazon Alexa, play sleep sounds.
Welcome back to Sleep Sounds. Which sound would you like?
Rain, and you get that. Alexa, stop. So the sleep sounds are really, really good. Like I said, I literally just use the rain sleep sounds. It just blocks out all of the other sounds, and I like the soothing rain. But there's lots of different options on there that are like geared to help you fall asleep. The next part, which is obviously very, very important, is setting your alarm. Now, if you're a returning subscriber to the channel, you will know the app I'm talking about, and the app is Olley. Now, I've been using this app for probably 3 years at this point, and it was a changing time, like in my own personal growth or whatever, because this app genuinely changed my life, I would say, in a sense, because it just got me consistently waking up every single day. So what you can do with Olley is you can set certain tasks. So you can do like maths problems, you can do memory problems, you can even do a barcode. So I still have it set up to this day, is I cut out a barcode and I basically sellotape the barcode underneath my coffee pot in the kitchen. So when my alarm goes off in the morning, I have to get up and scan the barcode underneath the coffee, which obviously is forcing me to be present next to my coffee pot every single morning. And I know once I have a coffee in the morning, I'm not gonna go back to sleep. It wakes me up, I'm ready. I drink a glass of water as well to make sure you're hydrated, essentially make sure that I'm waking up, right? And those next 15 minutes, I just sort of have to myself thinking about, you know, what I want from my day, essentially, right? And this is why it's key to write your to-do list the night before, because I can then sit and look at that. Essentially, I look at my to-do list for the day and obviously prioritize what needs to be done. Obviously, if you're doing your to-do list the day before, you'll pretty much know that already. That's why I also like to have 2 things. Basically, by my bedside, I have 2 books. I have this book, The 5-Minute Journal. I'll leave this linked below. You can go pick this up. Basically, if I just show you one of the end entries, that is undone. It's basically just a journal entry where you come in and you write 3 things you're grateful for, 3 things that would make today great, a daily affirmation, and then in the evening you do 3 amazing things that happened today and how could today be even better. So every morning, every evening, I try and write in there, and it really helps you sort of wake up and feel grateful for the day. So one key thing I'd say, guys, is just, I know I mentioned about the phones before, but please try and not use your phone as long as you can in the morning. So yeah, I wake up, the alarm goes off, and then I'm not touching that phone again until I've done the stuff that I'm about to tell you. But I wake up, journal, and then I write in this book. This is just a general journal book where I write like goals and just generally journaling. So I don't really have an ambition with this book. I just get it out when I wanna journal. And this is a really hard trait to have, basically. But I'm really trying to journal my thoughts and get down on paper what it is I want from life, essentially. And I truly believe that seriously helps you change your mindset with certain things, because ultimately, if you know, a lot of people don't know what they actually want. So by putting it on paper and sort of scripting out and manifesting what you want from life, you're sort of changing your daily habits on the back of what you're designing. And to be fair, Diseña Futuro, it's design a future in Spanish, I believe. But yeah, there are two main things that I do as soon as I wake up, and then I basically have what I like to call my like daily musts, and they're the tasks that I need to get done daily no matter what. So I like to literally journal and then jump on the laptop and get those done straight away, because they're tasks that, you know, can take me an hour at max, but they're all tasks that need to be done every single day. And I know that if I complete those tasks first thing in the morning, is like, one, I haven't got to do them later in the evening, but it's also like, if I can get my mind and my body in the flow of just cracking on and getting those tasks done straight away, then all of that to-do list, by the way, they're separate things as well. Like I have a daily must thing, but daily must tasks that it's like daily I have to get those tasks done, and then I have a to-do list that I've written for that specific day. So trying to get my daily must out the way straight away is always the first concern, because I know that if I was to then not do anything after I do my daily musts, I've still done my daily must. I hope that makes sense. So after journaling and brain dumping in my sort of like journal book, I then look at my vision board. So my vision board, and this sounds like so like wishy-washy and all stuff like that, and this isn't, I don't do this consistently. I don't do it every single day, look at the vision board, but at some point in the day I do come back and look at it. And I think when you're being consistent with journaling and writing down your thoughts, you know, just laying everything out there, having a vision board is essential. So I'm gonna link a video. I'm gonna do a separate video on how to create a vision board. So I'm gonna leave that link somewhere around this screen right now. But the vision board is definitely something you should be looking at every single day, because just like journaling and you know, visualizing your goals, having something, I'm a very visual person, right? So I like to have something to look at. Like, you need to visualize what you want. So like, if you want a specific car, don't just write down on your goals, I want to buy a Mercedes. Like, find the specific Mercedes you want, get a picture of it, like literally get a picture of you and put the picture next to you, like of you standing in front of the car. Like, you need to basically, like with everything, you need to know that it is possible for you to do it, right? So it's the same like with the interview series that I run, the podcast series, right? A lot of that is solely aimed at just inspiring and motivating individuals, because it's like, oh, if he can do it, I can do it. If he can do it, I can do it. And that's like one of the biggest things when it comes to like entrepreneurs, is like a big realization that a lot of them have is when they're surrounded by other people that are doing great things, that's when they start to perform. It isn't because they didn't have the knowledge beforehand or anything like that. It's just the habits and the daily traits that these individuals do, that when other people are surrounded by them, they're like, oh, he wakes up at 6 a.m. I could wake up at 6 a.m. Oh, he does all of his IPAs first thing in the morning. Oh, so I could do that. Exercises 4 times a week. That's something I should be doing. He eats good food, and it's learning from other people and their habits that allowed them to have the life that they have. That's going to be the most powerful thing on this whole entrepreneurial journey. So to wrap up the video, a couple of key things to take away is, number 1, write your to-do list for the day the night before, okay? Write that to-do list either when you're finishing up work the evening before, or when you're about to go to bed. Write your to-do list for the next day. When you get into bed, put your phone in a separate location, either in a separate room or over the other side of the room, up to you, but just keep it separate. So when you get into bed, you're in bed. If you want to be like scrolling down social media, then set a time for you to just have like a time that you can just do anything on social media. Otherwise, block that time on your calendar and be using that time for a purpose. So if you're doing Instagram outreach messages and obviously you need your phone for it, then block a time on your calendar and only do that. Don't just be scrolling down Instagram, right? If you're looking for, I don't know, if you're doing like a follow/unfollow method to grow on Instagram, then set a time just to follow X amount of people and don't do anything other than that, right? But yeah, when you get into bed, make sure your phone is on the other side of the room or away from you, just not tempting you to keep picking it up and putting it back down and picking it up, putting it back down. Like when you get into bed, you should be in bed to be in bed, okay? Not to be scrolling on social media, because honestly, that can eat away at so many hours of your life. Invest into one of these light bulbs. I can honestly not suggest one of these enough. There is an actual alarm where it has a light on, but I just use the Hue lights because it all syncs up to Amazon Alexa, and of course you can add multiple lights all throughout the house. So I would suggest that. Like I said, it's just a Hue lamp light. Hue lamp light. It's a Hue lamp light. I'll also leave it linked in the description below if you want to go buy yourself one of them. But I actually want to get a separate one for the desk. It's basically like an LED strip light that you can just put on there. I've got one behind the TV as well. Oh, almost fell out of the frame. I've got one behind the TV as well, and like I said, when you have them all by the same brand, you can have it all in one hub. So you can literally tell Alexa to turn them all off, or you can just do it on a switch on one of the apps, which is really good. And the last thing, of course, is downloading Alarmy. Alarmy is going to be such a big key player when it comes to waking up early. I pretty much owe everything to that because I use the Amazon Alexa, that wakes me up, but then I have the Alarmy app goes off as well. So when I wake up in the morning, I basically say, Alexa, turn off the alarms, turn off the light, and then I have to go and into my kitchen and hit the coffee barcode as well. So guys, I hope that helps. I'm actually got a free Facebook group that I haven't really been promoting, but it's just for all of my subscribers and, you know, online coaches and creators. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that the first link in the description. I'm really just trying to build that little community on Facebook. You can go in, ask questions, and of course if you have video suggestions and stuff, then you can put them down there. But yeah, hope that helped, guys. If you enjoyed it, of course, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye. No. Spaghetti. Bum 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 bum.